Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Bitch, I don't know how the rest of the song goes, but it is the first of the month. Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm back with another motherfucking YouTube video. You already know how fucking is. So, as you can see with my title, I put my first time. So, today I'm going to be talking about my first time doing stuff. And, y'all, I'm going to get down and dirty. I'm going to tell you guys my secrets, haunted past that I'm trying to get away from. Because I'm going to tell you guys my first time doing stuff. And a lot of these are kind of embarrassing because, like, I was really young doing all these kinds of things. Like, I experienced a lot when I was a teenager, like, more things than I should have. I remember my mom telling me, like, girl, like, you are, like, doing too much, like, too fast. Like, you really need to chill the fuck out. And she's not lying, because I would be going to the clubs at the age of 16, and I should have been home motherfucking practicing for my SATs. First time getting drunk. So my first time getting drunk was actually not my first time drinking. I would, sneak off some beers at the family functions, and me and my cousins were like, go up into like his room or my room, and we were like, have a little drink and like throw it when we think like our parents are about to come into the room. Like, that was what we were doing, and I used to do that a lot. And not only that, my cousins would actually throw parties, and I would just go, but I would just have like a sip or two. I wasn't really a crazy partier or whatever up until high school. I got so fucked up, y'all. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I remember I remember it was like a Halloween party, and me and my friends were like super excited because we're like, hell yeah, like our first Halloween party, like let's get lit. Like, first of all, I didn't have a costume. I went in straight clothes like this, and I was me, like I'm a scary ass bitch. I'll stop right now. So then I remember at the time I was fighting with one of my best friends at the time, and she had the audacity to show up to the party, and I didn't say hi to her. We got to an argument, and like she left, and I was like, I don't know what got into me. I was like a depressed teenager, like that. Felt like I just got my heart broken or something, because I started drinking off the ass. Like, I started drinking so much. Like, I had legit, because we had ordered a bottle of Fireball and a bottle of Malibu, and I had both of those bottles like legit carried, and I was like stumbling, just like carelessly drinking without even like taking breaks and stuff, like back to back. Like I said, I was depressed supposedly over my best friend backstabbing me and stuff. So bitch, this felt like those like high school movies where like the nerdy bitch like freaking drinks too much and like throws up and everything, except I got worse. I started crying because people were making fun of me about being drunk, and I decided to call my friend who was like home already in bed. This was like on a random like Friday, and I remember like it was like after school too, and my friend was like in a whole different school, and like she was my neighbor, so like I had called her because I didn't want to get in trouble by my mom. Like, my mom was super strict, with me, so I had to call her to pick me up, and I was just bawling my eyes out, and she ended up picking me up. I was like running around people's yards, not trying to go into the car, like running around crying, and it was just really bad. Here's a clip.
I am drunk, but I don't want them to make fun of me. I don't want them to make fun of me. I'm so drunk. I don't want friends to know. Like, I'm just so worried. And they make fun of me because of the way I drink. That's not cool.
I'm dying.
She's not with me. I just want to talk to you.
Leslie, come pick him up.
Because
which Leslie is it?
I don't want to get picked up because
Which
I'm
Leslie
going
is
to
it?
get in trouble by my mom.
I don't know it.
And I don't want to get picked up by my mom.
You good?
Because she's going to get mad at me.
Are you fucking
I want
going
to test the cyber shit with you.
Yeah, I'm okay.
I just want to leave. I don't want.
You're not even
Shut up,
recording.
guys, shut up. Let me world star pop this.
No one here wants to have my back. Like, everyone here hates me for no reason.
It's just funny. We're enjoying this, motherfuckers.
Here, I'll talk to you. I'm gonna talk to Simon, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to Simon, okay? Everyone's making fun of me.
everybody from that school was there. So like I was crying and people were recording me, and like I said, I felt like I was like in my third. I felt like I was on 13 Reasons Why. So you guys probably think this was my first YouTube channel, but back in middle school, I had three YouTube channels. My first YouTube channel was just like my personal channel, and it was called Kruger Allen. I used to be a biggest fan of Freddy Krueger, so me and my sister, because she was helping me make it, we're like, let's call it like Kruger Allen, because like we're so creative. And so my first YouTube video just consisted of me and my sister. Oh, it was just me, but my sister was helping me record with like our webcam. And I remember just like dancing to Lady Gaga, and like my pants were like way too big, so like the bottom of my pants were kind of over flapping or whatever. So when like I did like a little kick up, I fucking fell. I remember like that was not meant to happen. Like me and my sister were like just gonna have me dance, and she was just gonna open up that, but then I ended up slipping, and that made it even more funnier. So we're like, fuck it, let's fucking post it, and hopefully we go on motherfucking Ellen or America's Home Funny Videos or whatever. Ridiculousness, I'm still waiting for you, bitch. But anyways, yeah, that was my first YouTube video. After that, I made a ton of YouTube videos after that, like a bunch of immature ass videos. If you guys want to go look at those videos, you guys can definitely, I'm gonna put the link in the bio. I also ended up doing Bad Boys Club, which was like my own little scripted reality series. That was pretty interesting to watch. And I also had another YouTube channel with one of my best friends from middle school. It was called Father and Son TV. And I'm cringing at that because now I'm kind of starting to think that we both had a thing for each other. Because why would we call each other father and son? He was the father and I was the son, which probably meant that he was the top and I was the bottom. My first car. My first car was back in my senior year of high school. I remember everyone was getting the cars and shit. So like I wanted to fit in too and have my own car too, because I hated taking the bus, and I hated not having a ride to work, and I hated everything about just not having a car. Like all my other friends had cars, so I wanted a car too. My car was a cute little Toyota. It was gray. I don't think I have pictures of it, but if I do, I'll post it. And y'all, that car was a piece of shit. That shit was so bad, y'all. The starter didn't work. And I remember like after school, like, you know, wanting to go home, stressed, going through a lot of hormones, wanting to freaking drop out. Like I was just going through so much shit, you know, in high school. So like after school I would go into my car and I was like ready to go home, and my car wouldn't start. So I had to stay there for a good 10 minutes, a good like 15, 20, 30 minutes until I could try it again, maybe work. And if it didn't, bitch, I still had to stay there another hour or so. And it was just the worst experience ever, especially being a senior when you like did not want to be in fucking school, like at all. And then I ended up figuring out how to actually turn on my car like instantly. I had to legit like mess with the starter, like kind of turn it on, turn it on and on until it turns on. So I got the hang of it. So I was actually able to actually start using it and actually like, you know, not wait like fucking 2 hours just to go home. But when I ended up finding out how I got to my car to actually work in for me, I crashed it. And I was so pissed because I was on my way to work, you know, a regular Wednesday or whatever. And I remember this bitch who didn't have insurance just hits me because she was trying to get on my lane, and she like hits me, and like I'm like startled and shit, and I'm like freaking going crazy and shit, like trying to gain control of the freaking wheel. And then I crash into the guy in front of me, and then the girl, she's a whole ass mom with like 3 kids and everything. She like speeds off and like just like doesn't even like give a fuck. And luckily, like the guys who I ran into, they got her license plates because they saw everything. And like we went to court over this, and I kind of feel bad for her because she really didn't have any insurance, and that car that she had was fucked up. Like she had like different different car parts from like different kinds of cars. Her car was like half white, half red, half like blue and shit. Girl didn't have money, but girl, I don't have any. I have less money, bitch. I was a 17-year-old in high school working for Walmart for like $10 an hour. Like, sis, I'm suing. My first ever fight. So my first fight, actually, I got my ass beat. I got my ass beat so fucking bad. Like, I did not want to go to school for that. I mean, I got suspended or whatever, but like after I got suspended, I just did not want to go to school. Like, I begged my mom to change me schools because I got my ass beat, y'all. It was with my ex best friend at the time. Me and him were like neighbor friends. Like, he lived a couple of houses down, and we were like inseparable and shit. We were like mean girls together because he was also a gay or whatever too. So we were like mean girls together, and we were like bully kids on our streets and shit. Like, it's not a flex actually. 'Cause I actually do feel bad now. For I ended up kind of like getting like annoyed with them because of how much like they were just so and so mean and so weird, and they were just so ugly and disgusting looking. They looked like Phineas and Ferb. Like, it was just like they were just not. I kind of outgrew them, you know, in middle school, and they got pressed because of that. Because I stopped talking to them, I stopped hanging out with them and everything. So they were like really pressed about that. So they started shit with me. I was actually kind of scared at first because it was a bunch of brothers like against me. Like, I was best friends with I started fucking with one of them, and then the whole family came after me. So I was kind of like I was kind of nervous to fight this dude because he kept picking at me multiple times already. He was like gunning for me, like he would bump into me at school, and like I was like really scared and shit. And like one day I was like, you know what, like let me fight him, like let me fight him. So I tried fighting him and everything, and then he didn't want to fight me because like apparently he was scared. And I was trying to fight him out of school, like in a whole, like I think it was like in an alley or some shit. I had to walk to I remember this morning I had to walk to school with my friend who barely know any English. He didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I was barely getting to the courtyard of my school, like barely entering the field, the entrance or whatever, the parking lot of my school. And there's like a group of people waiting for me, like in the front, and here's my ex best friend, like waiting for me, and he's like, let's fight. And I'm like, sis, we were supposed to fight like 2 days ago outside of school. Like, we're about to get caught. Like, his parents dropping off their kids right over here. Are you sure you want to fight right here? Like, and he's like, nope, let's fight. Like, let's do it right here. So we ended up getting into a fight. I got my ass beat. I'm not gonna lie, I got my ass beat, and I'm gonna admit that shit. I don't care. Like, I punched him, but he grabbed me. He was way taller than me. Like, he was like at least 5 inches taller than me. You know, they were all taller than me. That whole family was just tall. And so I got my ass beat, but according to his friends years later, they're like, no, I think it was a tie. I think it's all good. Like, I think you did your big one too. Like, you were good too. There was a video of that fight, but it was from a friend's phone, and her friend was like cricket. So like, I just never got to see it. I just never got to see it after that one time I got to see it. Is there a rat in my room? I be seeing like shit move and shit. I'm like trying to figure out. My first fight, I remember getting suspended because obviously we were fighting in front of parents, where people were getting dropped off and everything, and you know, everyone thought I snitched. It was a whole scandal, and I no longer associate with those people. Actually, the guy who I fought is actually a pedophile. Like, he's literally like on the motherfucking he's literally like his record is literally online. Like, you can search it up and like it's there. Like, he's literally like his picture is shown like on the like pedophile or like those freaking predator websites or whatever. Like, it's crazy. My first time losing my virginity to a girl. So this is actually kind of weird. I don't know if you guys would consider this me losing my virginity. I mean, I did, you know, we did get, no, we did get freaky with each other. I did touch her pussy. Okay, let me tell you guys a story. So I was at my cousin's birthday party, okay? And he threw a party. He was in high school. I was still in middle school, I think. I think it was like summer of like 8th grade to like freshman year. I think I was like 14, 13, around there. I know. Y'all probably like, oh my god, you're a bitch, you're fucking young and wild and crazy. But yeah, I remember like I was at my cousin's party and everyone was drinking except for me. I mean, I took a couple of sips, but at that time I was too young to like really be interested in all that party stuff. So I went into his room, and I stood in there on my phone, hanging out, watching TV, whatever. And this girl, her name was Rosa. She only spoke Spanish. She went in there and shit. And me and her like started talking, and like, you know, one thing led into another, and we ended up getting really freaky. And it was the worst experience ever. It was so awkward. Like our kissing was off. Like, This is when I lost my virginity to a dude. And literally, y'all, this was in Mexico. This actually happened after, literally, I think maybe like a year after or a couple of months after it happened with a girl. Like, I was really experiencing this here. This was maybe 10 years ago when I was like experiencing all kinds of shit. That was also the time when I was going through one of the most traumatic experiences of my life. Like, my first time going depressed. Like, I was just going through a lot of teenage hormones or like preteen hormones or whatever. I was 14, 13 around there, and I just remember I was in Mexico because I was like taking a break from this purge United States vibes or whatever, and I just needed to leave. I was going through so much, so I was in Mexico and I met a dude over there, and me and him we actually ended up like dating, and we were dating that whole month that I was there. We literally met like the first week I got there, and we were dating, and he was on the DL. He was like 16 when I was 14. So it literally like took me maybe like 2 weeks for us to actually start like getting electrocuted. And I actually ended up topping him. My first time losing my virginity from the bag was when I was 17. But that's a whole different fucking story time. Like, that's a whole like separate piece, because this is a story in itself. This one I can kind of just shortenize it and kind of, you know. But yeah, I topped him. He was on a down low, but he said he's always been wanting to do that. So I topped him, and yeah, guys, it was bomb. It was kind of, I was so embarrassing too, you know. I thought I was gonna be the one getting topped because, you know, because he was DL, you know, he was dressed really like masculine over here and stuff. So, you know, we ended up having to break up because I was gonna come back over here, and it was just really depressing. It was really dramatic. I remember like he was crying, I was crying. I don't know what you're gonna call it, like High School Musical. I don't know. But that's it for my YouTube video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my first time doing all these kinds of crazy things. I want to make this like kind of like a series and kind of continue doing this. That's why I only did 6 now. I definitely want to do the story time with the, you know, from the back, and because that would definitely be really interesting. But y'all gonna be shocked about this one because I was not a saint. Let me tell you guys that. But anyways, thanks for watching my videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this February. It is the first of the month, and y'all better enjoy the fuck out of it. Blessings.